That is one big pile of shit.
You know that scene in Jurassic Park where Ian Malcolm walks up to that big pile of shit? He's just like, hey, it's a big pile of shit. It's a good scene.
It's a great scene.
Let's talk about Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World Dominion is the newest Jurassic Park movie. Obviously, it's the conclusion to the Jurassic World films, and this is the movie that has been built up to since those last two movies. And does it deliver on building to a world of dinosaurs? What's going to happen when humans converge with that?
Nothing!
Yeah, we just kind of hang out for a bit.
Yeah. We just hang
Pretty
out.
solid. Yeah, pretty, it's a vibe.
You ever just wanted a 30-foot dinosaur as a pet? We got you.
Birds can fly along with dinosaurs. It's totally fine. So Jurassic World Dominion is one of those movies that it really does... everything hinges on its guilty fun. Let's have a blast. We're now in the world full of dinosaurs. However, this movie does an odd job at just doing the bare minimum at about a lot of its elements, for me at least. Let's go with the actual filmmaking positives that we got from this movie. I really like the special effects. I thought the effects were really clean. There's some really great shot integration, especially. One moment out of very few in this movie that did impress me shot-wise was this one sequence with Bryce Dallas Howard's character and a dinosaur, and the way it's actually framed up is really cool and unique. That's about all I have for positives. What about you?
The only positive I really gotta say is that there's a good chase scene. The chase scene is not bad. That and it's just the scene where, redhead girl, don't know her name, she's going underwater. We got the big bad dinosaur kind of looking at her from under the water. We get that nice shot of just her in the water and then the dinosaur just hovering over her. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, me and John were like, oh, it's cool. That's a
Cool
scene.
shot.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I think my biggest issue with this movie in particular is that there's no real sense of urgency or wonderment or passion behind the camera. I don't like being that nitpicky guy who's like, oh, that shot's bad, that shot's bad, that shot's bad, that shot's bad. But you gotta at least do a little activity with your characters. There's a great scene that could be a lot more imaginative with its camera work if you just let the characters kind of live in that shot. But there's a lot of just back and forth shot, reverse shot, medium shot, but no energy behind the camera movement as the characters are talking. And it really takes me out of it.
The most creative shot out of the whole film is when we get ejected out of the plane.
Oh, that was a good scene. Yeah, that was really cool.
That shot is probably the most imaginable shot, creative shot throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And that was it.
There's little moments, little hints where you're like, oh, this could have been the movie we got. Where it is just dinosaurs living among civilization, and it's these big moments, but again, they're little snitpicks that feel like they're more checking off a list because they feel obligated to show those shots, not because the movie wants to inform you and tell a story about what's going on in those shots. What do you think of the characters in this movie? Let's just get into it. Let's get into the
characters. I mean, it was great, I guess, bringing back legacy characters, even though I'm very tired of this trend already. Because most of the time they just kind of bring them in for just to be a side character. But in this movie, the legacy characters actually kind of had a reason to be there. They had a plot, but it felt weird because we had two plots and it just felt very messy.
This is what it feels like. It feels like two Jurassic World movies were written and then splat together. It was like they had a movie with the legacy characters that returned, and they have to do this locust bug storyline, which is more like the original Jurassic Park and akin to the conversation because it's talking about, oh wow, how these dinosaurs are hurting our food supply and really hurting, it's going to hurt the environment and human beings as we grow forward generation to generation. So get the Chris Pratt Jurassic World plot with Clone Girl getting kidnapped, and that's where this movie starts shifting focus to that, and the two never really converge smoothly together. Neither of these plots, one dumb action kidnapping globetrotting movie in Jurassic World with a introspective conversation on what it's doing to our environment, and the other, the two never really converge and blend well like the original Jurassic Park would do with those two plot lines. Laura Dern says he slid into my DMs in this movie.
The cringe!
That line was greenlit.
It was greenlit. It really was. They thought, hey, we can relate to the younger generation. This will be great. They will love it.
when I'm watching Jurassic Park, I don't care about, like, I do care about Laura Dern's character's love life, but that's when I gave a shit about those characters in the OG movie. Now you're just kind of treating them like shtickly jokes, and that kind of bothers me. They didn't feel like they were needed in this movie.
I just feel like the weakest character was your main antagonist. The scientist, generic evil dude. I'm the big corporation, money, money, money.
Mm-hmm.
But his character felt so bland, not even written. He was more just there because plot?
Because plot, yeah, they really tried desperately to tie this guy from the original movie. He has like a little side story. I had to actually tell John after the fact that it was the same character. It's a character from the OG film, but you wouldn't really know it. They had to recast him tragically, but the movie doesn't do a good job at informing you of who it is either. And it was weird because his whole point by the end, like most of the performances in this movie, feel like it's on autopilot.
I'll tell you, my brain was on autopilot watching it.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel like I was actively like listening. I didn't want to care for the characters. I didn't care if they made it out by the end. And that's the kind of the worst part about it is like these are characters I love from the OG Jurassic Park, and I didn't care what would happen to them in this movie. I cared because the first movie made me care, not because this story made me care.
It really felt like the legacy characters really cared about it, but it was just just so bad.
Yeah.
It was poorly executed, and that makes me very disappointed.
Yeah, we're really let down by it. I wanted to love this movie. I really did. I thought, at least after Fallen Kingdom, this is what we're building to. This was the movie Colin Trevorrow supposedly really wanted to make. So I was like, sweet, let's see what you got. And I wasn't satisfied. But I'm glad there are people liking it. I really am. I'm glad there's an audience for this movie, but for me, it doesn't feel like it captures the wonderment, the imagination, or even the conversation the OG Jurassic Park films aspired to continue and start. That's what I look for more in Jurassic Park than the dumb, fun monster action stuff, which I do have fun with, but I need some kind of character or something to care about to back it up. Otherwise, I'm just going numb by the end, and it becomes a Fast and Furious movie by that point. Yeah, I went there. By the time this movie ended, we were still waiting for it to start. So yeah.
Yeah, the third act, it was not there. When the movie ended, I looked at Justin and I was like,
That was Jurassic? That was it?
that was it?
There's no sense of ebb and flow. There's no sense of act structure. You really can't tell when an act starts and when it finishes. It's just kind of stuff happening until it ends.
There's no intensity. Even like you have some of the characters, let's say they are literally cornered and they are having a dinosaur come at them and they are locked in a room. Even that did not feel intense because we got little quippets.
Yeah, the actors don't sell it in their reactions. The OG Jurassic Park, you had characters reacting to the dinosaurs and being like, and they sold the effects through their performances. This movie has all the effects with no performances to sell it to. Any more positives? Dinosaurs look pretty.
Dinosaurs look great.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs go rawr. They're nice.
Go watch Jurassic World Dominion if you like it. You want to go watch Lost World?
Yeah,
Let's go watch Lost World.
we need to go clean our palate.
Let's go watch Lost World. Let's do that.